Hey y'all, this is AMANI ALLURE with another video. So right here I am working out one of my trainees. I do take some time out to train a couple of kids. I don't try to do too many just because I like to focus on one child at a time. And we all know if it's only one person, then everybody's not getting tended to as need be. At least that's my theory. But either way, we had a workout. This is like towards the end. We're working on some things that he don't know that we're about to do in real life term, meaning like we're going to do we're gonna add the defense, to make a long story short. I had seen a father down there working out with his son, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna ask him, can he play defense so he can work on his decision making, how to make passes when you're at the high post or when the post is just moving in general, which is something I think not only did he need, but I feel like this video needs to be made because some people need to hear this. So here we are working on it. He's working on his dribbling and his passes. I almost lost it right there. Woo! Scooby-doo-doo-doo-doo. I ain't gonna lie, when I made that shot, I was like, it was kind of ugly, but I made it. But yeah. So we are working on the things that we've already been working on previously. And I'm just basically giving him all different types of scenarios while also working on my game as well. So right there, he kind of threw the ball at my foot, which happens a lot. So, I'm just teaching him about spacing, when to make the decision to pass, what to be thinking about when you're going towards the basket. Because we all know the closer you get to the basket, the more you're liable to get the ball stolen because people, hands, and everything is right there. So he's going to make that adjustment, make it over the head pass. Ooh! And that move was nice. I'm talking about, did you see the footwork? That's what you call textbook now. That was a textbook move. So, like I said, I'm working on my game, also teaching him as well. Prior to this, we were working on what we are doing right now. So, ooh, got him. I don't know why he sat back like that, but hey, he sit back like that, I'm definitely gonna what? Eyes out, eyes on the floor. But no, I do appreciate him for, because he probably was like, I'm just trying to chill, but he came in, I told him to be physical, and he was. So yeah, so I told him to, this is funny because I told the man that's playing defense in the blue shirt, I was like, go up towards him and make him make a decision early. So he had kind of forgot, so that was like a little blooper moment. But either way, none of these videos are edited. It's just I got the videos, I put them together, so all the mistakes and everything, it's all raw, okay? Nothing, scripted or nothing like that. So that's what I love about this video. But yeah, so I'm teaching him right now, to get that spacing and make sure to push off, and create that space where you can be able to make a move and make a clear decision, instead of having people all on you and stuff like that. Because he is a point guard, so he was working on his decision making, and I was working on my footwork and things I need to work on in the game. So it worked well because look, we got to multitask in this world because we all know them 24 hours do not be enough. So like I was saying, we were working on some things in the midst of working on things he need to work on as a point guard. I'm working on being physical, getting low, working on my moves. So it worked out pretty good. Right there, he made a chest pass like I was telling him. And I tell people all the time, when you're doing drills, you got to think of it as game situation. And I kept telling him, look, that pass ain't going to work a lot of times in the game. It's going to be a limited time when that pass actually will work. So he's seeing that. I'm explaining to him about the spacing on the floor. So I'm telling him, come on so I can show you. Because I'm the type of person, I have to show you and explain when I'm training my trainees because I want them to fully understand the game. So I told him, look, when you're right here, you got to really think because you go that way, that's the out of bounds. You keep going, you're out. That's a defender. You can't do nothing. You come up this way, guess what? Somebody's going to be right there on help side. Well, not on help side, but coming up to help. And then you have your your teammate who's down there battling 9 times out of 10, because you know when you down there you are battling. And then they probably got some help in that middle coming once I spin to the middle. And then keep in mind his defender gonna choke down a little bit. So I was explaining to him, like, it's very limited space because you're a point guard and just a guard in general. Making decisions are very important. I was just explaining to him that's what a lot of guard problem nowadays are, just making the good decisions, knowing when to pass, when to shoot. So here we are working on it again. Just basically telling him, look, you got to move a little quicker. So I was timing him. He had like 5 seconds, I think, to make the move and give me the pass, and I have to get the shot off. So I think that was pretty, dope to throw all that in there so he can move accordingly. Again, game situation, because he was kind of like lackadaisical, and I'm like, no, we can't do that, okay? So we're going back to real life with the defense. So I'm explaining to him, because some kids, they get a little shy or they get a little nervous. So I'm like, look, you know how to do this. We've been doing this over and over, different ways, different scenarios. You got to have confidence in yourself. And even if you don't do it right, try your hardest, because at the end of the day, you're out here. So be thankful for that and be confident enough with just that. Some people can't do it. So again, I'm working on my game. Nice little shot. I almost lost control of the ball, but I had to keep going, because I'm teaching him as well. Look, no matter what, even if you mess up, keep going. So I'm counting down. We have a certain amount of seconds for him to get right there to that spot, and I have to make the move. I missed it. I'm like, that's one thing. So that's one thing I know I got to work on, and trust and believe I'm going to get it done. But yeah, just being physical, staying low, working on my footwork. Got him in the air. Ooh, off balance shot. Look, when you can make an off balance shot, that's how you know when you can shoot. Because if you don't shoot it right, that ball will probably hit the top of the rim. It might hit nothing but backboard, and it might hit nothing but net. And I ain't talking about going in. you know. So yeah, we're working on, again, decision making, not only on his end but my end as well, so that I can know how to maneuver with a guard and the spacing and what I need to do. So right there was another turnover. I kept telling him, like, now you see when we're working out and I tell you certain things that you have to keep in mind. Just because we're doing the drill, people's hands will be in the way. You got to take into consideration that in the real game, some things are going to be way different than doing the drills. So right here, I'm working on getting him to the left. I fake, got the ball up, easy shot. I mean, now that I'm looking at this video, like, I'm pretty good. For me to be 6'1.5", depending on the shoes that I have on, 6'2", 6'2.5", I am pretty darn good. Not only can I shoot the ball, I'm also getting better with my footwork down low. I missed that shot. I got to get that ball higher for glass, like I said. I'm going to get it down pat, trust, and believe. But yeah, while y'all at this, at the end of this video, make sure y'all download the Are They Hooping app. It is a great app where you don't have to really use group chat. You can kind of see who's all at the gym, who do trivia, win money, all type of stuff. So go download it right now. And thank you for watching.